We really appreciate you being here today. We know you've taken time out of your busy schedule, and that goes also for everybody that's at home. We know your time, and we're going to get started right now. Let me introduce Cindy Denman.
Hello.
She is our BDM for Star Clippers, and she's going to tell us all about this wonderful company. Take it away, Cindy.
All right, thank you. It's great to be here. I'm sorry I can't see you guys and you see my screen at the same time, but come sail away.
So that's the chip will be on.
What mask?
More masks.
The two smaller ones might be, but the bigger one is.
Okay. Yeah, so the bigger vessel carries about 227, and the one that you'll be on carries 17.
Oh, the one, my group will be on.
Right. Sorry. Well, the bigger, sure, yeah. That's usually, oh, yeah.
So the bigger one.
You're.
I know Cindy, I don't know if we're supposed to hear any audio there.
All right, who's ready to sail away?
Go.
So this picture here is a photograph of our founder in 1989. The leader of our helm is Michael Kraft, and he decided he was bringing small ship private yacht sailing to the mass public. And in 1990, we built the first ship, 1991, the second one. And what we brought you is the green sailing before green was cool. So we've been receiving awards back and forth all the way from 2004, 1997 to 2024, 14 times actually. And so this is a very sustainable product. Well, what makes Star Clippers unique? Well, first of all, we're sailing, right? So we're all inspiring. We go to destinations, as you can see here, that even the smaller ships can't reach. We simply drop our anchor and go where we like. It's an experience of a lifetime in that you are actually aboard a sailing ship operated under wind power 70% of the time while you cruise from each island to each island. It's an unforgettable experience. You can just lay in the bowsprit and enjoy. You can help sail. You can climb the mast. But it's truly magical no matter what you decide to do aboard Star Clippers. Life-changing in that you'll go to destinations that you couldn't normally reach, or it would be very difficult to reach. And it's very romantic too, for those of you that are interested in that. It's delicious because we regionally procure all of our food. It's brought aboard in the region where we're sailing. So we have fresh fruits and vegetables from the Caribbean for these two sailings we're highlighting, as well as fresh fish and shellfish that's brought in aboard, and beautiful dining, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, like being at your favorite restaurant. And we get a sailboat race included. So Star Clipper and Star Flyer are two sister ships. I'm featuring these today because Tanya's group is actually sailing on Star Flyer out of St. Martin. This is an example of the cabin. Cabin's availability is owner's suite, category 1 deck suites, which are completely sold out, and ocean view cabins, which we still have a few available, and inside cabins. Now, this is a standard ocean view cabin that you see here. So you can see it has all the amenities you would be used to on a cruise ship, about 150 square feet, marble baths, and it does have a porthole or two, depending on where you are on the ship. You can see the view from the mast. So life on board is just what you want it to be. Again, you can climb the mast, you can visit the bowsprit, you can hoist a sail, And you can discover the names of the various sails and even shoot the stars in the evening. Take the helm. So for all you sailors, we include complimentary water sports as well: snorkeling, paddleboarding, water skiing, sunfish sailing, and kayaking, and a water sports team to teach you if you don't know how. So this is a complete part of our program, particularly in the Caribbean. We do entertainment every night, but the thing that's really fabulous about Star Clippers is there's always an element of surprise. So typically we'll have a pirate night, so bring your goods to dress up for that, as well as a white night when we cast the image of the lights on the sails, and it is truly incredible. We bring aboard local entertainment. In fact, you'll see from Antigua, we'll be bringing on board the Steel Pan Band that you see here, and one night they'll entertain you before we sail away from Antigua. Destinations that we serve are in the Mediterranean all summer long, but what we're going to focus on now is the Caribbean and Central America. From November to March, the Caribbean has the best waters for optimum sailing, and that's why your sailing group is going on it, right? We have new 10 and 11 night itineraries, but what we're going to focus on today is the St. Martin departures on Starflyer and the Barbados departure on Royal Clipper. So Teresa's group is actually sailing on Royal Clipper on the 14th of March, and Tanya's group on the 7th of March. And these are round trip from St. Martin on Starflyer, round trip Barbados on Royal Clipper. So we want you to come sail away to the Leeward Islands on March the 7th. We're going to talk a little bit about those destinations. This is just a glimpse of what you're going to see. Some beautiful up-close Caribbean destinations that you can normally not get to. So the bucket list regatta is going on there. We'll be sailing from St. Martin to St. Bart's, Antigua, Guadeloupe, Ile de Saint, Dominica, and Barbuda. So some beautiful itinerary, some beautiful islands on this itinerary that you wouldn't normally get to on other small ships even. So from St. Martin, we sail from Phillipsburg, which is right there in the Bay of Phillipsburg. So a great place to stay is right there in Phillipsburg, and then transfer to the ship. We'll sail away and sail back into the same location, so it makes it very easy for transportation. River Bay Barbuda is a beautiful destination. It looks similar to Norman's Bay if you've been to Antigua, but it's very different in that the fact that there's lots of pirate history here. So then the second day, we'll do the sailing race off the coastline of Dominica, and Starflyer will meet up with Royal Clipper, and they will have a sailboat race. And then they'll both be, one will be moored and one will be docked in the little area of Dominica, Cabritz, and there'll be offerings on both of the ships in this area, but you'll get a glimpse of Royal Clipper while you're there on Starflyer. So in Cabritz, there's lots of excursions to do. I love the chocolate lovers. There's a chocolate factory that's been around for about 40 years. And 100 years plantation house where it all started. So it's a beautiful location. This is actually the fort. And as we look down from the fort, that's where Starflyer will be, and then Royal Clipper out in the distance there. Into my favorite destination in the Caribbean. If anyone's ever been to Ile de Saint, Guadeloupe, it is really the Island of Saints. It's a beautiful, beautiful location that gives the ambiance of being in the French Riviera. It's very French, it's very intimate. You don't need an excursion here, but there's plenty of them if you want to do that. You can just do your snorkeling from the ship or any of the water sports. But the little town is a beautiful place to go relax. Ladies do some shopping, and of course, enjoy that beautiful area of Ile de Saint, Guadeloupe. And then the second of two islands of Guadeloupe will go into Deshaï. It's just a little ways away, so it's a short sail over. And this day will be mostly water sports and beach activities. On to Falmouth Harbor, Antigua. So if you've been to Antigua before, this is very different because we're not in St. John's on the other side of the island where everyone else goes to the port. We are actually in Falmouth Harbor, which is the British side of the island, and this is where Nelson's Dockyard is. For all you sailors, you know about Nelson's Dockyard. So this is a beautiful place where we do our beach activities. We bring the bar and the food, and we do the beach picnic and water sports for the full day, as well as excursions early in the day. So there's time to do everything in Falmouth Harbor, Antigua. In Gustavia in St. Bart's, of course, ladies, you know all about the shopping in St. Bart's, but the other things that are interesting here is the other side of the island has a pink beach. It's called Diana's Beach, and it was for Princess Diana. So we have excursions that are offered to the other side of the island of St. Bart's if shopping is not your thing. But I'm sure that the ladies will really enjoy the shopping here. And we do spend the full day here, so it's really an occasion to see St. Bart's, which is very difficult to see unless you're on Star Clippers. So Star Flyer 7 nights, Leeward Islands, the St. Bart's Bucket Regatta, as well as all those beautiful islands, leaving March the 7th, 2026. Exclusive pricing and amenities are $200 per cabin shipboard credit, plus complimentary prepaid gratuities. And those are available as well for the March 14th Royal Clipper sailing to the Grenadine Islands. So both of those amenities are available on both of the sailings. So just speak to Teresa and speak to Tanya and come sail away with us. Don't forget about that sailboat race. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to talk to you about it, but let's just take a video or watch this video of the Caribbean sailing. And hopefully it's going to play. There we go.
Do something kind of crazy. I wanna go drive all night with you right next to me. I wanna go feel the pounding of your heart. When we get up high, won't look down, we won't look back. Yeah, when I die, I wanna know I lived that there. I wanna find spaces, fly like you. Rush like on my bed, you're anybody. Kiss you like you couldn't kiss before. I would go anywhere you wanna go. You're anybody. I wanna go make pictures of that home stars. I wanna go take the train and watch you sleep right in my arms. I wanna go where we don't know where we are. Climb something high, don't look down and don't look back. Yeah, when I die, I wanna know I live like that. I wanna find spaces, fly like a in high places, rush like water on my face. You're anybody, to the morning, kiss you like you never been kissed before. I would go anywhere you wanna go. You're anybody. So many things in this world I wanna do. And when I die, I wanna know you did them. Baby. Spaces, fly like a watch you like water on my face. You're anybody. To the morning, kiss you like you never been kissed before. I would go anywhere you wanna go. You're anybody. I wanna find space, yeah, I like you. I think rush like water on my face. You're anybody. To the morning, kiss you like you never been kissed before. I would go anywhere you wanna go. You're anybody.
There you go, Tanya, how many you out there?
Scary.
Oh, that'll be a group picture. Okay.
Wow. Who's
Wow.
ready? Everybody's ready, right? Does anybody have any questions that we can answer while I'm still here?
Please let us know. We will be happy to answer them. I'm gonna get on the chat also with the people that are at home.
Okay.
No questions here. Yeah, she just said, is there supposed to be, that was the first time, I think. Anyone? Okay. What, did you say the average size of the rooms were, Cindy? 150 square
The
feet?
average size of the category 2 through 4, which is what we recommend for everyone to do for groups, is about 140 to 147 on Star Flyer. And on Royal
Okay.
Clipper, it's about 150 to 154. And because this is a true sailing vessel, it varies depending on where the cabin is on the ship.
Okay, Vivian from at home said, what's the price range? There are
Tanya, I'll
categories.
let you speak to that.
I was gonna say, I've got a flyer that I can send you, that has all of the categories. Pretty much, they have categories from, six being the, interior cabins, all the way up to owner suite cabins, deluxe cabins. And so they're varying, by person, but I can send you the flyer. In fact, everybody, you have that flyer in your chair that will tell you what each category per person is, and that does include no, it does not include port fees and expenses, right, Cindy?
Yeah, no, on your flyer, I believe it's separated. So the
Separated,
port charges should be out to the right-hand side.
yes.
And
Okay.
keep in mind, you get that $200 shipboard credit as well as free gratuities. So this is really a great offer for these two groups.
It is. And those will expire for my group, I know, on June 30th. So if you book, you can still book after that, of course. You just will miss the amenity part, the gratuities and the shipboard credit.
Do you have an idea what the airfare is gonna be from Orlando to, St. Martin's?
I've looked some, but I'll let Cindy talk about that. I think we talked about that last Wednesday, Cindy, and you said Southwest has a direct flight. Is that correct?
Frontier has a direct flight from Orlando. I'm not sure if it's still going to be available or if it's in the system for 26, but they historically in the fall and the winter time period have that nonstop from Orlando, which is really, really a wonderful thing. Otherwise, you've got lift from Delta from Atlanta. You've got from Tampa, I believe there may be some lift to St. Martin, but I know you do have nonstops from Miami as well. I just really love that nonstop from Orlando. I've used it a couple of times and it's very cost effective. So check out Frontier Airlines for that one. We do have air available here, but it's on an individual basis. And typically we use American and United. So not really sure that it would be advantageous for you to use our air. Tanya, have you put together a hotel pre or post?
I have not, but we talked about that last week, and Cindy was telling me that Holland House is one that they suggest. They actually, you guys use them, correct?
Yes, we do.
But she also gave me some more options of hotels around that are close to the port. And we'll talk about that as it gets a little closer. I'm going to investigate that still. We've got a little bit of time to work with.
Sure.
I have a question.
Okay.
Are there any recommended hotels in Barbados?
I'll let Cindy speak on that. Or
What's
Tracy.
that?
Are there any recommended hotels in Barbados?
In Barbados, we use a couple of different ones. We use the Hilton and the Marriott Courtyard currently. We used to use a couple of other ones, but those seem to be the easiest to book. Now, there's a lot of hotels in Barbados. If you want to do 2 or 3 nights, Tanya can definitely hook you up with one of the great all-inclusives that's there. Or if you just want to do a hotel in Bridgetown, the Hilton or the Marriott is great. We do offer pre and post packages in Barbados. So if you do like that, we'll transfer you from the airport to the hotel and from the hotel to the ship. So if you like an inclusive type package, Tanya can help you out with that. We can do 1 or 2 nights now in St. Martin. If you decide to do the Holland House, it is a 2-night minimum.
Yes,
In Barbados, it is not. So you can do 1 single night.
right. Okay, cool. Anyone else have anything? Will you speak about a little bit about the shore excursions for each, just a little bit of a synopsis of some of the excursions for St. Martin and some for Barbados?
I have sent that list, I believe, Tanya, and we can send it if you don't have it. The list of all the excursions that we offer. Usually there's 2 to 3 in each location on each island.
Okay,
And they vary, in activity level from, very easy to moderate. So those excursions are actually on our website, and I thought I had sent them to you, but they are available and I can send them to you so you can actually see the exact excursions that will be there. And then we're old school, so we sign up when we get on board for our excursions.
that's
There is
right.
no pre-booking of those excursions, but it's not necessary, particularly in the Caribbean. It's not a huge thing. So we definitely want to offer those to you. You can take a look at them. As I said, they're under the destinations tab, Tanya, on the website at the very bottom, as well as the hotel experiences are there as well.
Awesome. Anyone else? Think we've
We don't have
answered.
to fit on the room category, but yeah, do we?
I know we have them on the website. There are. Is there? No, there's not on mine. No, but I don't have them right in front of me, but
Okay.
we do have brochures that have, and we've got some with us. If you
Okay.
want to look at some of the room categories, there are pictures of each kind, so. Okay,
Were you gonna do any photos or discussion about the cruise in Barbados?
are, do you have any more information, like a PowerPoint or anything about Barbados, Cindy?
I can get you some information for Barbados tourism. Oh, you mean for the sailing?
Yeah,
Oh, no, I can do one. I wasn't sure Teresa was gonna be there. Sorry, Teresa. I've been traveling a lot and I just found out yesterday, so I can definitely send you slides for that particular itinerary, absolutely. And I can
Yes.
do that probably this afternoon, if not this afternoon, first thing tomorrow morning
Okay.
for
So
those
if you're in
destinations.
Barbados, just let
It
us
is
know.
in the brochure, however, and on
Yeah.
the flyer.
Did you bring your flyers, Teresa? No, okay, but she's got some. So if you want to talk more about Barbados and you want the information, make sure you get Teresa before you leave today, and then we'll match everything up with everybody. Okay,
So the shipboard credit, like what kinds of things?
it could cover shore excursions. The shipboard credit could cover shore excursions, correct?
Absolutely. It can
And-
cover shore excursions, alcoholic beverages,
Or-
and anything that you'd like to purchase from the sloop shop. Those things can all be done with your onboard credit.
Yes.
And drinks aboard are very inexpensive. So alcoholic beverages, etc., are very, very inexpensive. I can send you the rate card. You can see we have beautiful bottles of wine from 20 euros to $200. A great wine list. So if you're a wine drinker, You're gonna be really happy. Our drink of the day is from 6 to 8 euros, depending on what it is. And they serve a different drink every day for that. Of course, draft beers, house wines, etc. So a full complement of alcoholic beverages that you can purchase with that shipboard credit.
So food and non-alcoholic beverages are included.
Tea, coffee, water. Yes, and all the food.
Yes,
Yeah.
and there's a coffee and tea station that's open 24 hours.
Nice.
On the lounge deck, on the Clipper deck that is right near the indoor lounge, and the outdoor bar. So it's located right there. It's 24 hours a day. And hot tea and coffee. It's wonderful with all the selections of teas, creamers, etc., honey for your tea. And the thing that's nice also is we have an early risers breakfast that starts at 6 in the morning. So if you're an early riser, you get up for the sun, you take your coffee out, you watch the sails, watch the sun come up behind the sails. It's an amazing, amazing time to really be on deck. The captain loves it when you come up and join him. And then you can enjoy your early risers breakfast if you like, or wait till the beautiful breakfast that starts at 7:30 to 10. And it's a full, like going to your favorite place for brunch. So from early morning until a midnight snack, there's plenty of wonderful food.
Nice. Yes,
Those are nice of them. Drink, like to carry them in travel mug. where
okay.
Full drink.
Is ice readily available?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Awesome.
Absolutely. Your cabin steward can have it for you every day. You can get it from the bar anytime. We also have a purified water station. So
Nice.
bring your bottle with you and or your cup, whichever you prefer. And that purified water is ice cold and available on the ships at all times.
Wonderful. Anybody else? I'm sure you'll have a million questions once we get off this call.
That's okay. You just send them to me, Tony. We'll be glad to help.
Every time I get with another group or talk to people, I'm always learning something else. So I'm excited.
So are you going on the tour with the group? Is that how?
Yes, I will be hosting the March 7th through the 14th to round trip St. Martin. And Teresa will be hosting Barbados trip the next week.
March
Right.
14th to the 21st.
Yeah. Nice.
And there is a flight between St. Martin and Barbados if y'all want to do both.
Back to back. That's an idea. Nice.
All right. Well, I just want to say thank you to Tanya, Teresa, the whole gang at Roseborough Travel. We really appreciate your partnership and thank you all for attending today. I wish I could be there in person. Unfortunately, I had an unscheduled meeting that came up. So you get Brucey.
Yes, we like Brucey.
Everybody loves Brucey. So that's
Yeah.
good.
Thank you, Cindy.
All right, thank you, Cindy.
You're welcome. Y'all have a good day. Enjoy.
Joining us. We are so happy you were here to listen to everything. Thank you guys at home. Thank you guys for coming in. I'm gonna get off this Zoom call, and if you have any more questions, concerns, whatever you want to talk about, please email me, call me. Our office phone is 386-734-7245. My email address is Tanya@roseboroughtravel.com, and we'll adjourn from here. Happy
Come sail
sailing.
away.
Bye-bye.